Hey y'all, this is Billy and William from Perma Pastures Farm. Anybody that's been keeping up knows that we are in our third flip in our 18-day compost pile. And if you take a good look at it, it's already starting to look like compost. It obviously needs to break down. So here we are at the third flip, about the halfway point. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about what this temperature is because I know folks want to know.
All right, so the temperature is at 150, which is about the same as last week. After this flip, the temperature will start teetering out and start going down.
Now, folks, we had a bunch of rain over the past couple of days. Folks have asked, and they've also commented on, having their piles uncovered, what to do about that. Son, why don't you go into a little bit of detail as to why we actually take the effort to cover this up?
The reason we cover it with the tarp is to manage the moisture content, basically. So if it rains and then this gets waterlogged, then it's going to go anaerobic and it's not going to break down. Or on the other side, if it's really sunny for a long period of time, it's going to dry out and then the microbes are just going to die and it's not going to break down.
Now, keep all this in mind. This is the 18-day compost pile. When we start showing you, because people are going to think there are contradictions in the method of compost making. No, it's a totally different method when we get down there and we show you the chicken tractor on steroids method. Because everything you learn in here, there are pieces of it that you're going to use in that technique, but it's an entirely different technique. So don't confuse the two. This is the 18-day compost pile. So what's next?
So now we're going to flip it where Dad is standing and then cover it back up and let it sit for 2 more days.
All right, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start this little stopwatch here. And folks, we're gonna work at a regular pace. We're not gonna be getting after it. All right, whole process from start to finish. That's how long it took, because somebody will typically ask. All right, 11 minutes about is what it took, and we weren't working hard, just steady. Just keep in mind, whenever you take a 2-person job, whatever time that takes and you do it by yourself, it's not twice as long. It's typically 3 and almost certainly 4 times longer. So just keep that in mind. Here we are, we got it all filed right back up, notwithstanding a couple of items here that are determined to look like Mount Vesuvius. That's okay. So we got the sides kicked in, folks. Don't forget that part. Remember, we go around every flip and we kick the sides in to keep that heat more even. So here we are. We still got pieces that obviously need to be broken down, but it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Anything you'd like to add, son?
If you're on YouTube and you're searching reviews of 18-day compost, just keep in mind that a lot of people are against 18-day compost because then they'd have to go out here and flip it more often. So just keep that in mind when you're looking up reviews of 18-day compost, that they might not like it because it requires more out of them.
And then, I also want to point out at the same time that we use microbes in very much the same way that we use animals out in the field. You can take a field, let's say it was depleted. You leave it there long enough and it'll probably come back in time, but it's going to take a long time. But if you leverage the use of your animals, whether in our case, let's say it's sheep, it's cows, even pigs, followed by the chickens, you'll find out that your progress happens at an astonishing rate. Well, folks, that's exactly what we're doing here. We're lassoing microbes to speed up a process that would ordinarily in nature take a much, much longer time. Is it better? In my judgment, I haven't done the full research on it, but I would think the process that most closely mimics nature would almost certainly always be the best from my experience. But here we are in the growing season. People need composting. You need it fast. This is the fastest way to make really awesome compost. And we're going to show you some of the other methods as well. If you want to see the cold version, go check out Danny at Deep South Homestead. He shows you how you make fantastic compost using the cold method and a very, very hands-off approach until it's time to harvest that stuff. All the methods are fantastic. What we're trying to convey to you is, depending on your needs, you can do it with you can do it with the chickens like we're going to show it to you, or you can do it exclusively in nature. Folks, there are options, no matter how you get the job done. So folks, here we are, the next flip in the whole process. It's going to go up today, the day we do it, just like all the other flips, for all those that are following along with us at home. So you may have setbacks, it may not go exactly as planned, but folks, that's part of it. Just stay at it and you'll finally realize the nuanced things that help you make fantastic compost. So until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, and William, the pasture-raised pimp from Perma Pastures Farm, where PIMP stands for Permaculture is my passion. And here's the reason why. We'll see you next time.